This is the Danny Mobile Tech Podcast. Before we start, tell us what your favorite AI tool is in the comments below. And go ahead, subscribe. You know you want to.
Artificial intelligence just became the ultimate force multiplier. Former Google CEO Eric Schmidt warns that AI could give a single person or small group the destructive power that once required an entire nation-state. The implications are staggering.
That's quite an alarming statement coming from someone who helped build one of the world's largest tech companies. What exactly prompted this warning?
Schmidt is specifically concerned about what he calls the bin Laden scenario, where non-state actors could leverage increasingly powerful AI tools to cause catastrophic harm, similar to how Al-Qaeda achieved devastating impact with relatively limited resources on September 11th.
So we're not talking about the typical AI doomsday scenarios of robots becoming self-aware?
Not at all. This is much more grounded and immediate. We're looking at malicious human actors using AI as a force multiplier. Think about it. AI systems can now generate hyper-realistic fake videos, audio, and text at an unprecedented scale. A small group could potentially launch a massive disinformation campaign that would have previously required thousands of people.
You know what's really concerning about that? The technology is becoming more accessible every day.
Exactly right. And that's what makes this warning so timely. Many powerful AI models are open source, meaning anyone can access and modify them. The barrier to entry is getting lower, while the potential impact grows exponentially.
So what specific threats are we looking at here?
Well, there are three main categories that experts are particularly worried about. First, there's information warfare, using AI to generate sophisticated disinformation campaigns that could destabilize entire countries. Second, we're looking at AI-enhanced cyber attacks that could target critical infrastructure like power grids and healthcare systems. And third, perhaps most alarming, is the potential for AI to accelerate the development of biological weapons.
Hold on. Biological weapons? That seems like quite a leap from computer systems.
Not as much as you might think. The same AI systems that are revolutionizing drug discovery and protein folding could potentially be used to engineer dangerous pathogens. What once required massive state-level resources could potentially be achieved by much smaller groups with access to the right AI tools.
That's absolutely chilling, but what's actually being done to prevent this?
Well, the response has been mixed. Some tech companies are implementing stronger safeguards and ethical guidelines, but there's a fundamental tension between making AI accessible for beneficial uses and preventing its misuse. You know, it's the classic dual-use technology dilemma.
So how worried should we actually be about all of this?
Let me put it this way. We need to be concerned enough to take action, but not so paralyzed that we stop innovating. The solution requires a multi-layered approach. International cooperation on AI governance, stronger cybersecurity infrastructure, and better individual digital literacy.
Speaking of individual actions, what can people actually do to protect themselves?
Three key things. The first thing we can do is to develop stronger critical thinking skills. Learn to spot potential AI-generated content and verify information sources. Second, we should take cybersecurity seriously. Use strong passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and be cautious about shared information. And lastly, we need to stay informed about AI developments and support responsible AI initiatives.
That's quite a lot for individuals to take on. Do you think we can actually achieve the right balance between innovation and security?
I believe we can, but it requires immediate and coordinated action. The fact that leaders like Schmidt are raising these concerns now, while we still have time to act, is actually a positive sign. We're not yet at a point of no return, but we need to take these warnings seriously.
Any final thoughts for our listeners on this rather sobering topic?
I really think that we need to remember that awareness is the first step towards solutions. Understanding the potential risks should really help us make better decisions about the technology we use and support. We need to remember that it's not all on the technology companies and our government. We're all stakeholders in ensuring AI develops in a way that benefits rather than threatens humanity. So stay informed, stay vigilant, but also stay engaged with these important developments.
Well, that's all the time we have left for this edition of Danny's Mobile Tech Podcast. Consider subscribing to support our content creation efforts as we bring you the latest news and views that you can use. We also want to thank our chief editor and executive producer, Danny Alvarez, for being the force behind this AI-created podcast. Engage with him on X. His handle is @MaestroAlvarez. Thank you for subscribing and supporting our channel.
For questions about this information, comment below. Please subscribe and click on the bell to get updates as soon as we hit publish. This is the Danny Mobile Tech and Travel Podcast.